Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today I am going to be sublimating a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. This is the image that I'm using. I'm in Microsoft PowerPoint. I actually started in Cricut Design Space and decided to bring it over to Microsoft PowerPoint. So I added my name here on the side. I'm going to show you what the sizing is for those that may want to know. It is an 8.3 by 9.6. That's the size of my image. When you're printing directly from Microsoft PowerPoint, when you change the sizing, you want to make sure you deselect locked aspect ratio and relative to original picture size. If you don't, just like in Cricut Design Space or Silhouette Cameo, this will keep changing. If you change the height, it'll automatically change the width. So to keep that from happening, you want to deselect these two when you're working with your sizing in PowerPoint. And when working with the sizing, you can click the image and then right click your mouse and choose size and position, and that'll bring you to where you can change the sizing. Okay, so anyway, I got this image from Creative Fabrica, and I'm noticing something here. I don't think that's supposed to be here. Let me go back and look at this image on Creative Fabrica. Insert this device. I think that picked up from Cricut Design Space, and it did. All right, so what I'm gonna do, and this is gonna be really weird, guys, but this is what I was gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna duplicate this right here. Just gonna right click and duplicate. And I'm going to take this duplicated one and I'm gonna go to picture format and I'm gonna crop. And I'm going to take out, I'm going to get on either one of these little black bolded looking lines. Oh Lord Jesus. And I'm just going to come over like that. All right, so I'm going to take this Candoris, copy, and I'm going to paste it on the picture that is correct, like so. Like that. Let's see if that looks good. Can't tell. I think it's good. I think it's good. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to print screen. And I'm just hitting the print screen key on my keyboard. And I'm going to highlight this. And I'm glad I caught that because I would have been so mad in the end. And then I'm going to paste it onto this slide. So now I have my Candoris with my image, and you can't tell that I spliced up that picture. And I'm going to delete this one. And let me get my size. I think it was 8.2 by 9.6. Let's double check it. Let's double check it. All right, 8.3, 9.6. So we're going to delete this one. And we're going to delete I think it's this one. We're going to delete. Put a new slide right there. Okay, so we're going to make it 8.3, 9.6. So for the sizing, we're going to deselect lock aspect ratio. We're going to make this an 8.3 and a 9.6. And then when we're doing sublimation, in most cases, unless you're using glass, you're going to You're going to mirror your image. To do the mirror in Cricut Design Space and Microsoft PowerPoint, you're just going to make sure you click on your image, and then you're going to come here to picture format, and we're going to click on the selection pane and say flip horizontal, and that's going to give you your mirrored look, so that when you put this, when you print this out, it's going to print out correctly. Okay. All right. So now that we have that out of the way, we're now going to, all right. So now that we have that flipped horizontally, we are ready to now go in and print this off. There's nothing else to do. So to print this off, we're going to click on File. I see File, and then Print. We're going to make sure that the settings here say print current slide. If you have it on all slides and you have more than one slide in that PowerPoint deck, it's going to print out all of them. So you want to make sure it says print current. I'm using my Epson Workforce 7720. I'm just going to double check my printer properties here. I want it on more settings, which means it's all the way over to the far right of the quality. Under more options, I'm going to make sure that I deselect high speed. And then we're using paper cassette 1, 8.5 by 11. I'm using A-Sub 8.5 by 11 sublimation paper. And we're going to click OK. I'm going to go ahead and get my paper and print this out. And then I'm going to come up on the screen so we can finish the process. All right, guys. So I have my image printed out here. And you're also going to need, I use a shrink wrap for my sublimation tumblers. I also have my sublimation tumbler. I purchased this one, I think I got this one at Michael's, guys. And I've already wiped this down with alcohol. So before you do sublimation on your tumblers, you always want to wipe it down with alcohol just in case there's finger smears or anything, especially in Michael's. You know, you never know who's taking them out of the box and put their fingerprints all over them. I have A-Sub paper and I'm using A-Sub ink. Okay, so everything I link, guys, will be in the description of this video. I'll also link the image that I got from Creative Fabrica, and then I added my name on there. So we're going to go ahead and get this little baby cut out. I have my convection oven heating up. I'm going to have this at 350 for 6 minutes, and when I get to the 3-minute mark, I'm going to take and flip it, and so that it gets even heating distribution. Okay, so we're going to do 6 minutes total, and we're going to flip it at the 3-minute mark. All right, so I'm just going to cut this down to size for me. I could have used my manual cutter, but I'm going to go ahead and just use the scissors because they were right here by me. So I'm just cutting off the white edges because I don't want the white showing. And again, I have this at an 8.3 by 9.6 in sizing. Okay, bam. Now we have it cut. I'm going to just take a look to make sure I don't have any white showing, and there's a little bit right there that I missed. So I'm just going to get that cut off. And when you wrap your tumblers, guys, you want to make sure that you don't feel any air between the paper and the tumbler. You want to make sure this thing is wrapped tight, okay? I also have heat tape. You're going to need heat tape to tape your image in place. So I like to start out, and I'm going to bring this down so you guys can see it here. I like to start out, oops, my phone is coming out. Y'all know I have problems with my camera on my laptop, so I don't even use it now because I cannot see myself when I'm recording. Okay, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to sit it down on this flat surface here. I have my image. Always make sure your image is going in the right direction before you start taping, guys. So, got my image. Take your lid off. Don't forget that. Very important. Alright, so I'm going to take my image and I'm going to place it up against my mat. Up against my tumbler, up against my mat. And I'm going to use my fingers. I'm using my fingers to push my paper tight up against my tumbler. I don't want to feel any air or bubbles in between the paper and the tumbler, okay? And once I get it tight, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start taping. Now, I've seen people, they tape these things to the bejesus. I don't do that. I'm going to put tape around the top, the bottom, and then on this, the closing of the paper here. So you guys can see it. I'm going to show you everything. And I'm making sure that I close it. Keep that opening tight. Keep it tight, guys. If you don't keep it tight, you're going to end up with what we call ghosting, which is going to look like double images. So you can see I'm just putting the tape down this closing, or the opening, but now where I'm closing it. All right, very easy. All right, once you get that done, we're going to take a longer piece of tape and put it around the upper edge, or the upper part of your tumbler. And I'm pulling my tape tight. I'm not just laying it on there. I'm pulling it tight. Get another little piece and place that on. Make sure it's tight, and then you're going to fold that tape down inside of your tumbler. Once you get that folded down inside there nice and tight, don't want any air to get in here, guys. I'm going to take it, and I just take it and have it to kind of press down on the table so that I don't have to worry about any air getting in there. I'm going to do the same thing with the top. Once I get it on there, I'm going to pull it tight like that. You're going to pull tight, pull tight, pull tight. Keep it right. Pull tight. And one more little piece of tape in between there. Okay. Make sure no air, guys. No air can get in. If air can get in, you're going to end up with ghosting, and you're going to have white patches on your tumbler. So you see how easy that was? I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom of the tumbler. Roll it up against the table to make sure that I do not have any air that can get in here. You don't want any air to get in. So make sure that tumbler and that tape is nice up against there. Once we get that done, I'm going to take it and put it inside of this shrink wrap. This is the part that never wants to cooperate with me, but you want to make sure you leave enough space so that the shrink wrap can close off the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of my way now, and I have my heat gun here, and there we go. Just going to use the heat gun to close it off. Just like that. Okay. And that's good enough because when you put it inside of the convection oven, it's going to continue to shrink that shrink wrap on there. So this is good. So I'm going to place this into the convection oven for 6 minutes. At the 3-minute mark, I'm going to rotate this so that it gets even distribution, even heating distribution, okay? So 3 minutes, rotate it, 360-degree angle, rotate it so that it gets full coverage, okay? So now we're gonna go over to the heat press and we're gonna keep this baby going, okay, so that we can finish it, all right? And you're also gonna need some heat gloves, guys. When you take this out, it's gonna be super, super hot, okay? So I'm gonna pause you and we're gonna go over to the heat press. All right, guys, so I have the convection oven. I have a heat thermometer in there. So we are a little bit above our 350 mark, but that's fine. I'm gonna put this inside and we're gonna set it. I'm going to use my phone to set it for 6 minutes because I don't use the timer on here. I don't use the timer on the convection oven, but I'm gonna place this in, and let me get a sheet of butcher paper. Give me 1 second. I just want like a little sliver, but not where I can cause a fire. Because I don't have any more of my, I think I got rid of when I was moving. I got rid of my other paper that I used to use. Alright, so I'm going to sit that down. And then I'm going to place my tumbler standing up. Like that. And I'm going to let it go for 3 minutes, and then I'm going to come back at the 3-minute mark. We're going to rotate it so you can see me rotate it, and then we're going to do the unveiling together. All right, guys, it's been 3 minutes. I'm going to rotate it. And we're going to let it go for the next 3 minutes, and then we will let it cool down and we'll do the unveiling together. All right, guys, so it has been 6 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take it out. And make sure you turn your convection oven off. And we're going to give it about 5 minutes to cool down, and then we'll do the unveiling together. All right, guys, we're going to get ready to do the unveiling here. I'm just going to put my gloves on just to be on the safe side. Also, for those of you that watched me do my t-shirt yesterday, where the colors came in lighter than or different than I had expected, I used my Sublimation black ink to go around the image to save it so that you can see it clearly. So those Sublimation pens, they come in handy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do the unveiling here. So the unveiling is just basically taking off the shrink wrap and all the sublimation paper. I'm using my weeding tool here, guys. If you use the weeding tool, just be careful because sublimation blanks have a coating to receive sublimation, and you can scratch that coating. So you want to make sure that you're not like digging down. If you're going to use it, come upward, not down. Okay, so we're going to get all this good old shrink wrap off of here, and then we will see what we have. But you can tell when your sublimation should be a good sublimation because the image will start, or the ink will start to bleed through, and clearly you guys can hopefully see. I can see the eyes and everything on there. So that's how you can tell when you should have a pretty good sublimation. I do highly recommend that you use a heat thermometer inside of your convection oven, and that is so that you can make sure that you're measuring the temperature inside of your convection oven, because you do want to have it, you know, where it's set at a nice temperature, or the right temperature, because when you open the door of the convection oven, your heat is going to go down. It's going to come out, so the temperature is going to go down. All right. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. Look at that so far. Ooh la la. Let's get it off of here. So again, when you're using this weeding tool, come upward and not down towards your tumbler. Thought I had a good hold on that, but I guess I didn't. Alrighty. Tape stuck to my hand. I'm trying to pull that down a little bit. I'd rather you guys see this than me, so you can have a feel for what I'm doing here. So I'm just taking off all of this tape. All right. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty, y'all. This is the longest part of it. I'm trying to get this daggone tape off of here. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at those colors. So pretty. So pretty. And we didn't have to use a whole bunch of tape, guys. You're just basically closing off the seam so that no air can get in it, and closing off the top and the bottom. And that is it. I've seen so many people that go out, that have a convection oven, because they probably had that first like I do, but then they go out and buy the tumbler press. I'm not going to do that, because my convection oven works perfectly. So I will not be investing in no cup presses and all that kind of stuff. Maybe when I tell you I take this bottom good, I take this bottom good. This is the part that's really, really stuck. All right. One little piece of tape there. All right, there we have it, guys. Completely sublimated. Turned out perfectly. There's my name. It's gonna look backwards, but it's not, guys. Trust me, it's not. So you guys can see the whole cup this way, and then your bottom is fine. And now all we have to do, because it's totally cool now, but in the Michael's tumblers, they give you the little rubber thing to put on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I still tell, if I'm selling this to someone, I still tell them do not put it in the dishwasher, guys. But we're going to turn and put this on the bottom. Just like that. And then you have your top. And you have your straw here. So there you have it, guys. You barely can see the seam there. There's definitely no white. I still got some paper right here and tape that I need to get off. So that's clearly not a part of that. I just need to get that little piece of white tape off right there, or white paper. But that's it, guys. That is how you sublimate onto your 20-ounce skinny tumblers. Now you know how to do it in Cricut Design Space, because I've shown you those video tutorials, but I've also now shown you how to do it inside of Microsoft PowerPoint. I probably did the design in Microsoft PowerPoint a couple of times, but I will link this design in the description of this video tutorial. But that's it. All right, guys, if you are currently in my Facebook group, Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, I want to thank you guys so much. Sorry for putting my hand in your face. I want to thank you guys so much for following me via Facebook. And if you are currently on my Facebook, if you're not on my Facebook group and you want to join my Facebook group, then I will have a link in the description to you joining my Facebook group. All you have to do is click on the link in the description and agree to the Facebook group rules. And if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to thank you guys so much for following me and subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you're seeing me for the first time, you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. It will be greatly appreciated. And I love when you guys chime in the comments to tell me or ask questions, or to tell me what you like or didn't like about the videos. I like that. So please like, share, and subscribe, and continue to tell me all those good things that I like to hear, like how I can help you more, or how I've helped you, how you found my channel, and all that kind of stuff. I try to respond to everybody. But yeah, so that's it. 20-ounce Sublimation skinny tumbler that I bought from Michaels. You can put whatever design of your choice onto the tumbler, and you can name it so that if someone had this design put on a skinny tumbler, that they can't claim yours, because guess why? You put your name on it. All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it, guys. And you guys know my motto is each one reach one, so that each one can teach one. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.